Global Big Day is arguably the most exciting birding day of the year. It's a day where people can go out and try to find as many species as possible. We will try to break old records, we'll try to start new records. We will experience some hardship along the way. But throughout this adventure, we'll find some amazing birds. Come with us on this journey. This is Global Big Day, October 2024.
All right, what's up everybody? It is currently 6:30 in the morning. The plan was to be at the first hotspot at 6 a.m., but that rarely works out, unfortunately. For a birder, I'm not a really good morning person. We're gonna head to our first location today. Today's gonna be super exciting. You know how this works. We need to see as many species as we possibly can, and we'll try to get as much as we can on camera. The species that we don't get on camera today, I will either throw up prior footage, which will be labeled, or I will throw up a photo of the bird as well. Let's see what birds we can find today. Also, real quick, I forgot to mention, I am doing a challenge again this year with Birding with Chris.
Hey Jordan, this is Chris and I'm challenging you to our second annual Global Big Day Challenge. Last year was really good, we each got a lot of birds. Hopefully this year we both get even more birds. Let's go find some birds.
So my original plan was to come here at 6. The nature center is right over there. Yeah, you can't see anything. It's pitch black. So I'm glad I got here when I did. I have the windows rolled down. I'm just gonna listen for some owls. Most likely great horned owl, possibly western screech owl, hopefully barn owl. We'll sit here for a little bit. Around 7 a.m. It should be light enough for the birds to start moving around. We'll head into the nature center and see what birds we can find. All right, so here at Tonakeet, it is still pitch black out here. Hoping that the sun comes up soon because I don't like the dark. But I've heard 2 species already. Killdeer and a mallard. Now obviously too dark to get either of those on camera. If I get the birds on camera later in the day, they will be labeled as later that day. That's the system for today. Still dark. Let's see what birds we can find. All right, so behind me here is the duck pond, and we picked up my favorite duck. I can't see hardly anything. We have a ton of mallards here, which I've already mentioned. We also just picked a new species for the day, wood duck. Probably swing back around when there's more light. We need to head into the woods, see if we can find either a screech owl, great horned owl, barn owl. Any type of owl would be big for our big day today. All right, so the sun is barely coming up behind me, and we already have 10 species. That's a great start to the list. No owls so far though, unfortunately, but it's good to knock off some of these common species. At the end of each hotspot, I have decided that's when I'm going to recap birds that we didn't get on camera, just to save time. Today is all about efficiency. Big days are fun, and I do enjoy them quite a bit. I couldn't sleep last night, I was so excited. But it is about seeing as many birds as possible. So I'm going to obviously enjoy the birds as we come through them, but this video is going to be a lot more fast-paced than my other videos. So far, we're doing pretty good. There's a little more light coming through the trees now, so we were able to film our first bird. Picked up American coot. It's still really dark footage because my camera can't let in that much light this early in the morning. But then we also picked up a pied-billed grebe. And then I also got on camera these mallards, which you've probably already seen when I announced them. But let's see what birds we can find. We're leaving here in about 30 minutes to go to our next location. We have the light now. Let's pick up some birds. Look at all the turtles. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so picked up some yellow-rumped warblers on camera for the day. That's a good bird to pick up. Unfortunately, we haven't seen as many species as I thought we were gonna see here. We've only seen about 13, 14 species. I was hoping for 30. So we got about half of what I was hoping for. Luckily, none of the stuff that we're missing is exclusive to Tonakeet, but it would have been nice to get a big chunk of these birds out before the sun even came up. Picked up 3 more birds on camera. Picked up a Say's phoebe to add to our list. That's a good bird to pick up. And then as we were walking back to the car, we picked up house finch, a bird that's good to get out of the way early. And then lastly, up on this power pole, right before I'm about to get in the car, picked up an American robin. What I've decided is Jordan from the future, myself in the future, is going to recap the birds that I miss at each hotspot just to save myself time. I'm already behind schedule today. Let's cut to Jordan of the future real quick. What's up guys, Jordan from the future here, and our first stop was at Tonakeet, and we did pick up a lot of birds. These will reduce as we go along. A few birds that we picked up Canada geese on our list. We also heard, well, flew by really quickly, rock pigeons
Anna's hummingbird we were able to hear and glimpse a few times. Common raven we were able to pick up as well. We ended up getting that bird on camera later. Rock wren, also heard that bird, picked it up later on camera. Buick's wren we picked up just by hearing it, never saw it. White-crowned sparrow we picked up, and we were able to film that later as well. Abert's towhee, also were able to film that later. Red-winged blackbird we were able to hear, and orange-crowned warbler we were also able to hear. Picked up 5 more species to add to our list for the day. Just on the drive over here, we picked up a mourning dove. We also added red-tailed hawk to the list. And then just before we got to our next location, we picked up great-tailed grackle and Eurasian collared dove. So 5 more birds on our list for the day. Normally, I wouldn't be telling you about birds that I see in the car, but on a big day, you got to pick up birds wherever you can. So we're at our next location, which is Sullivan Virgin River Park, and we're going to be here for, I think, an hour and a half, maybe just an hour. We're going to try to pick up as many birds as we can to add to our list. It's similar type habitat, river type habitat. There's a few birds here that we didn't have at Tonaquinte, so let's see what birds we can find.
Already added a new bird here at Sullivan Virgin River Park, the northern mockingbird. Got that bird on camera. Super happy to pick that bird up as well. This time of year, they definitely moved down here more south. Good bird to pick up. Let's see what else we can find on this trail. Just picked up and added verdin to our list for the day. That is a southern Utah staple. You can't really find it anywhere else in the state. So good bird to pick up today. We have a little bit more time on this trail, a little less than an hour left. So I expect we'll pick up a few more species that we haven't seen. Got a few more species on camera. We ended up picking up a ruby-crowned kinglet. That's a good bird to get on the list and to get on camera as well. Kind of an elusive bird to get on film. Heading back to the car now. I spent way too much time trying to get a Sora and a marsh wren on camera. So on a big day, you don't want to stick around too long, but I'm trying to also get things on camera. So that's the conflict between me trying to be efficient, but also try to film things for you guys. But we're gonna get back to the car, see if we can find any last minute species here. Just added an amazing bird, loggerhead shrike. That's one of the birds that I was kind of worried about just because I don't know where to go to find them down here in St. George. I don't really know this area at all. I've only birded here a handful of times ever, so that kind of hinders the big day a little bit. If we were in Utah or Salt Lake County, I'd have a lot more of a schedule on my hands, but we've done that big day already before. St. George big day is a lot more interesting for you guys. You haven't seen this area as explored as we're going to do today. So loggerhead shrike down on the list. Let's go. Behind schedule right now, so I'm trying to run back to the car, but on the way back, we did pick up some lesser goldfinches. So happy to pick up those birds. That's a bird that it's good to get early, that you should get early. I'm sure we'll see it again today. But heading back to the car, trying to get to our next hot spot, which will be Sand Hollow State Park. We really need some water birds, a variety of ducks and pelicans, cormorants, shorebirds, stuff like that. So Sand Hollow hopefully will come in clutch for us. My goal today was 70. And I don't even think we've hit half of that yet. And I thought that after the first 2 hot spots, I could probably get around 50. We're nowhere near 50. I'll head back to the car and then recap. Send it to Jordan in the future to recap what birds we did not get on camera.
Sullivan Virgin River Park, we were able to pick up a few more species as well. Northern flicker, we were able to hear, but we never really got good glimpses of it, surprisingly. American kestrel was flying amongst the cliffs, but it was just too quick. I never got good looks at it. Lastly, we also picked up, just by hearing it, one dark-eyed junco as well, so that was good to pick up. We ended up filming that later.
At our next stop here at Sand Hollow State Park, this place we really need to pick up some water birds. Right behind me there's rafts, massive rafts of American coots, but unfortunately I haven't seen any gulls yet. We definitely need gulls on our list today, and other species of ducks as well. I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is we're at 34 species currently, meaning that we're 1 bird away from tying our October Big Day record last year, which was a pretty rough day, I'm going to be honest. But the bad news is we're only at 34 species. So Sand Hollow is really, really huge. I don't have a scope. That kind of puts a damper on the situation as well. But we're gonna do our best to see what birds we can find.
Well, I messed up big time.
I'm stuck in the sand.
That's not good. That's not good at all. I don't have rear wheel drive, so I can't pull myself out.
Oh my goodness gracious, Jordan. Oh my goodness, I'm super grateful right now because I literally thought I was gonna be stuck there. Nobody was stopping, and then this guy in like a Rhino or a Razor pulled up. He put his like little winch thing on the hitch that I have for my bike rack and pulled me out. So his little tiny rig pulled me out of that sand. Oh my goodness. So grateful for that. I could have been stuck there forever. We were only there for like 10 minutes, luckily. So, oh, that was so stressful. All right, we're gonna head down, scan the water, see if we can pick up some birds. The reason I got stuck in the sand in the first place is because I saw some gulls. Don't stop in stupid places for birds, guys. Oh my goodness, that was not worth it at all. So in this mess of American coots behind me here, we did pick up a few new species actually. The first one that I was able to pick out just because it was so obvious was the redhead duck. So there's several of them out there. Pretty beautiful bird actually, just absolutely incredible looking, that bright red head. And then also we picked up about a dozen, probably a little bit more ruddy ducks as well, which is another bird that we needed from here. So really happy to pick that bird up as well. The last bird that we got on camera were some cinnamon teals. Also happy to pick up those birds. We really desperately needed several duck species. I did see some green-winged teals fly by as well, so we'll count those on our list. And I also heard least sandpiper as well. Couldn't find it though, no matter how hard I scanned, so we'll add the least sandpiper on our list as well. And then blue-gray gnatcatcher was another one that I thought I was filming, ended up being a verdin that I was filming, and the blue-gray gnatcatcher was right next to it and flew away. So that's kind of annoying, but blue-gray gnatcatcher added to the list as well. It's absolutely beautiful out here. We'll check out this place a little bit more. Let's see, it's almost 10. I think I have an hour and a half here actually, so we could potentially have some time to look over our checklist, see what birds we have gaps on, wait for maybe an osprey or some gulls to fly by before moving on to Quail Creek Reservoir, which is a smaller reservoir. Sometimes areas that are super, super big end up yielding less birds because you can't go everywhere in a place, especially without a scope. So that's one of these places, Sand Hollow, but let's see what other birds we can find. Just scanned a massive, massive raft of American coots, and somehow in the chaos was able to pick out some American widgeons. That is a bird that obviously we need here at these water areas, just like all of the other ducks. Really good to pick up that bird. I was a little bit worried we weren't gonna get it, but yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good today. We've already crushed our last year's October big day record of 35, which isn't hard to do, I might say. Our next stop is Quail Creek Reservoir, and I don't know how much time we have here left, but I need to check it. It's almost 11. I think we need to start heading to Quail Creek. Let's see what other birds we can find. Turns out we got a little bit more time than I thought. We have about 20 minutes left, so I'm gonna eat some sandwiches, and it's hot. It is already, wow, I can't believe that. It says it's 74. It feels like it's like 90 degrees outside. I guess I'm just not used to the heat. We're gonna head over to the other side of the reservoir real quick, just to see if there's any other birds that we can pick up real quick, and then we'll head to Quail Creek. I'm gonna get myself my sandwich and enjoy this view. I did stop this time in the road to see what the gulls were, and they were indeed ring-billed gulls. So new bird on the day. Sounds good. All right, I'm at my next location now. This is Quail Creek. Can't do this word, dude. This is Quail Creek Reservoir. Very similar to Sand Hollow, just hoping to pick up a few more water birds. Unlike Sand Hollow, there are like no waterfowl out on this reservoir. So that's unfortunate. We did, however, on our way in, pick up a sharp-shinned hawk flying over. I did not get my camera on it, unfortunately. I have been able to film a few birds here that are obviously repeat birds. I also got a few birds that I haven't filmed today. You'll have already seen earlier in the video. So Quail Creek is absolutely beautiful. Not a lot of bird action. I might just leave here early and get up to Pine Valley, which is our high elevation spot, just to get those birds, and then come back and be able to fill in any gaps that we're missing and have a little bit of extra time. Western bluebird. I need that bird for the state of Utah. That would be probably the highlight of this day if we can get that. All right, hindsight is 20/20, but
if I could do this schedule over again, I probably would not have stopped at Quail Creek. Sharp-shinned hawk is a good bird to pick up, but we could potentially get that at other places, and an hour to get one bird is definitely not worth it. Plus, the habitat was super similar to Sand Hollow. We're gonna head up to Pine Valley now, see what birds we can find up there. Hopefully we get some high elevation specialties. That's what I'm really banking on, to really break into the 50s and hopefully break into the 60s, get close to our goal of 70. Let's see what birds we can find. All right, I'm at my next location now, which is the Forsyth Trail near Pine Valley, Utah. And it's a little bit windy up here, so hopefully the mic is doing its job. I've already seen 2 western bluebirds, but it was on the road, so I could not stop. Just caught my tripod. So that's good. That's a state first for the state of Utah. Would love to get it on camera though. Let's see if we can find some of these high elevation bird species. Pineview is becoming a lot more productive. Picked up 2 species that I've been looking for on camera. One, got really good views of a Townsend solitaire. You can tell it's a Townsend solitaire by that prominent white eye ring and pretty much overall gray bird. Also has a beautiful song, but it wasn't singing for us. It was actually super skulky down in the water down here, but we got that bird on camera. And then got some half decent footage of a Stellar's jay. At first you can kind of just tell the colors of it, and then later we were able to get a little bit better footage of it peeking around another tree. There we go, 2 species at Pineview. I keep saying Pineview, it's Pine Valley. 2 more species at Pine Valley. I'm being haunted by mountain chickadees, so hopefully I can get one of those on camera. But yeah, just a really productive trip up here at Pine Valley. I'm really happy that we made. It was about an hour drive out here, kind of out of our way, but pretty amazing birds so far. We have quality over quantity up here in the mountains. Picked up another pretty elusive species, the hermit thrush. There's actually this like mowed area back here. I don't know if it's for backpackers or what. There's a few birds that are haunting me with just their sounds right now. Brown creepers, mountain chickadees. We'll see if they pop out for us. But yeah, we ended up getting hermit thrush on camera. Super happy about that one. Not one I was expecting up here either. Alrighty. Well, I've hiked a few miles now and I'm starting to feel it, and I'm running out of water. I think it's time to turn around. We picked up some really good birds up here though. Obviously we're missing several species, but we got a good chunk. Definitely broke into 50 species for sure. I think our strategy might be now to try to go get footage of that western bluebird. It's my Utah state first, and then go down the mountain and see if we can't find some of the birds we're missing, some of the easy ones like the egrets and the herons. We'll start heading back down the mountain, eat a snack. Yeah, I really should have stocked up on a little bit more water. I have plenty of snacks, so just a little bit short on water. All right, this is absolutely awesome. I just picked up my western bluebird, so I don't even have to go, driving around town at all if I don't want to. So that's awesome. We got pretty much every single bird that I wanted up here. I mean, obviously there were a few: white-breasted nuthatch, pygmy nuthatch, golden eagle would have been cool, and then the red crossbills we did not get either. Also did not get red-naped sapsucker. But honestly, we got most of the birds that we could have possibly wanted up here, and I'm super happy with today, how today has gone so far. Even though we're probably not going to reach our goal of 70, we'll be in the respectable 50s, maybe even break into the 60s, we'll see. But we have a few more stops to go. To make this even better, I just picked up a mountain chickadee with my iPhone. That's how close it was. So yes, a lot of birds got on camera. Don't have to go searching through my stockpile of old birds to find clips and stuff for you guys. Plus, you guys like to see things live anyway, so that's good. Pine Valley has been absolutely incredible. Pineview was absolutely incredible. I'm going to send you to future me to just talk about the species that we missed real quick. Also, I'm sorry I keep calling it Pineview. It's literally Pine Valley. That's my bad. we're gonna head to our next location, Gunlock State Park. It's another reservoir, just to scan it real quick, just to see if there's any birds out there that we might be able to add to our list. Let's see what birds we can find. It's been an amazing day so far. Pine Valley, we got so many good birds. Hairy woodpecker flew over me really quickly, so I wasn't able to get that on camera. We got a whole flock of bush tits that were just so jumpy and so skulky that I wasn't able to film those. We picked up red-breasted nuthatch. It has a very iconic call. It's like a beeping sound, so that was a good bird to pick up, but we never saw it. And lastly, we also picked up a flock of pine siskin, flew over briefly as well. And then on the drive to Fire Lake Park, we picked up 3 more species, European starlings. Basically, these are freebies. We picked up a house sparrows as well. And then lastly, we picked up Brewer's blackbird. Turkeys! Now I'm at Fire Lake Park, still in St. George, Utah, obviously. It's actually incredible. This view is insane. And we have some birds here that we haven't seen before. On the way here though, I did see a Gambel's quail just go right across the road in front of me. So that's another bird to add to our list for the day. Now, behind me here are some American avocets swimming out in the water. There's also some duck species that I'm not sure if I've seen them today or not. So I've got to go scan through those, but already worth it coming to Fire Lake Park. I was a little bit worried because when I got here, I didn't see any birds, but we definitely have at least one species here that we need on our list for the day. Just got back from scanning the mystery ducks out there, and we have another new species, ringneck duck, finally on the list for the day. I'm really tired. Big days are a lot of fun, but they take a toll on you. It's an all-day thing. I think I've walked something like 10 miles today, combined through all the areas that we've gone through. Driven at least 3 hours as well. Now that I'm scanning them with my binoculars, I actually think that there are ringneck ducks and lesser scaup out there. But again, put down in the comments what you think. Even if these are the last species that we see today, it's been a success, especially ending it with this view behind me here. Might try and go find a few of the missing species, great blue heron, turkey vulture, great egret. There's a lot of birds out there still that we just don't have on the list, but that's just how it goes sometimes. You can have a big day and think that you're for sure going to get, certain species, and then they don't show up. Some incredible birds behind me here. I might just sit here for a little bit and enjoy it. No way, but I just picked up my favorite bird, the greater roadrunner. I don't even have time to plug in my mic because I'm racing the sun. We're at 60 something, mid 60s, almost to 70. We just need a few more birds. Greater roadrunner down on the list. If that's the last bird we get today, I'll be happy. That is my favorite bird of all time. I thought it would be fitting to end things where they started. So we're here at Tonaquint to end the day. Try to listen for that great horned owl. We need Cooper's hawk. Somehow we didn't pick up great blue heron and turkey vulture, so those might be misses on the day. But we're so close to our goal of 70. I'm gonna be real, I don't think we'll get it. But we gave it such a good shot, and we got so close too. Just picked up 2 new species here at Tonaquint. Northern shoveler out in the water with some confirmed ringneck ducks this time. And then we also just picked up, calling up here, a ladder-backed woodpecker. So we've broken 65 at least. We're 5 birds away from 70. The sun goes down in 30 minutes. This is the closest I think we'll get. Waiting for the great horned owl that's here to start calling, hopefully, and Cooper's hawk. Haven't seen one of those today. Unless a miracle happens, I think we'll probably be just barely under our goal. An amazing day of birding though, I can't believe it. I just heard a belted kingfisher over by the pond. I'm gonna run over there real quick, see if I can get it on camera. No sign of the belted kingfisher, unfortunately. I did check some of his favorite perches. Just saw him like 2 weeks ago here. A week ago, I don't remember. Another bird to add to our list. We definitely broke 65. I think we're at 66 birds. That's absolutely incredible. Let's wrap this thing up. So how did the challenge turn out between Chris and I? Chris ended up with 101 species. That's absolutely incredible for October. He let me know that he ran into some weather issues early in the day, which limited his ability to get those really key species at the beginning. But 100+ species is absolutely incredible for October. Great job, Chris. We ended up with 66 species. I'm super happy with that. We were so close to our goal of 70, and it just makes me want to push harder next year to try to hit that goal. Maybe we'll do a big day in California in May or October. That would be a lot of fun. Let me know in the comments below, did you participate in October Big Day? If so, how many birds did you see? And did you get any lifers? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you all next time on Bright Eyed Birding.